Okay, so first things first, you're welcome to the final day of class. And I just wanted to point that we've made good progress. We have on first day of class, we've talked about like market structure, right? Second day of class, I introduced you guys to candlesticks. Also talked about like key resistance and support. I also went to the chart to show you guys examples of key resistance and support, and also how candlesticks come in play. Third day of class, which was basically yesterday, we went into, talk about everything in general. We just touched all these points and did a little bit of recap just to be sure that everybody gets what is going on. And then the fourth day of class, which is today, we will now have to now dive. Okay, so first things first, you're welcome to the final. We will have to, the fourth day of class. The fourth day of class is basically when the real deal starts. So here now, we will be diving into those charts properly just to make sense out of everything and begin to give you guys ways for you to enter the market and take advantage of whatever that is going on. I want to also add on the third day of class, we talked about risk management in detail, right? I gave you guys the reason why as a trader, you don't really need to win 100% of your trades for you guys to make money, that you can actually be a very, very good trader in as much as you manage to only even win 30% of your trades, right? I talked to you guys extensively how as a trader, consistently showing up is what gives you money. Giving you guys insight about a barber who's learning how to barb, and the fact that when you consistently barb and barb and barb, eventually you get better, which is exactly how trading looks like. Um, you know, so with basically day four, what I'm trying to really capitalize on day four really is that now we would still talk about risk management a little bit, right? Not so much in depth because we already talked about the major things we need to talk about. But in this case, I would try to make you understand that, as a trader, you're going to have bad trading days. You're going to have good trading days. You're going to have days whereby you just need to leave whatever you're doing and just close your laptop and say, fuck it. I don't think today is moving on right. And why, as a trader, you shouldn't also be really scared of news because, like I said, news is a catalyst that actually makes your target hit as fast as possible. So news kind of like propels your direction faster. So in any case, when you're trading and there's news and your target is not hit, it means that your direction from start was wrong. Okay. So yeah, that's really it. That's what we'll be diving in today. So without further ado, we'll now try to kind of like make sense in the best way possible of or whatever. So first things first, let's talk about sections. Now, in trading, you guys would agree with me that there are different sections in trading. There are times whereby, you know, hold on one second. Before I continue, I will need I can currently see, please, while I make this announcement, I'll need that person to, just do what the person needs to do immediately. I'll need Temi, Temi, to quickly go to the group, the online group class June. Don't message me privately. Just go there and identify yourself because I'm being notified that Temi, I don't know. I don't know who you are. So go to the online group class, just the same way that Abraham typed his name, and just tell me, oh, I'm Temi, and we can proceed, please. Okay. Okay, perfect. This is something that the last person did not do, and that's why he came back to the group to say, oh, he was kicked out of class. In as much as I know I made the announcement like 1 million times, he did not go to this group to type. But that's okay. Like I said, I won't address it anymore. But regardless, let's quickly just talk about sections. Now, section in trading is a thing. And when you are trading, there are three different types of sections. You have what? The London section, which is my favorite. You have what? The New York section. And then you have what? The Asian section. Now, as a trader, you really do not have any business here. That Asian section is trash. But let me just give you guys an idea of the London section, the New York section, and Asian section. The London section starts about like 7 a.m. Nigerian time, and it slows down very well to like 5 p.m. Nigerian time. The New York section starts or kicks in properly around like 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time, and basically slows down around 5 p.m. Nigerian time. And then the Asian section starts by 11 p.m. Nigerian time and slows down practically around like, let's say 5 a.m. Nigerian time. I want you guys to write this down. So we have London section, 7 a.m. Nigerian time all the way to 5 p.m. Nigerian time. New York section, 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time all the way to 5 p.m. Nigerian time. Asian section, 11 p.m. Nigerian time all the way to 5 a.m. Nigerian time. Now, it is very, very important at the end of the day that, you kind of have an idea of like the timing of these sections, because the reason why section timing is quite important is because it plays a role in how much you're going to tackle certain things. What I take it again is basically here, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. is London section. 1:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. is New York section. 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. is what? Asian section. I hope if everybody is clear, please can you type like 3? No. All right, good. It means that we are making progress. That's the most important thing. We are making progress. So let's quickly now dive into this. In the course of your trading, there are different pairs you're going to be trading as a trader, because one of the things I'm trying to teach you guys slowly is that let me just log this meeting now. Meaning anybody's gonna request for an invite. One of the things I want to teach you as a trader is that you really do not need to trade every single pair that comes your way. For example, I know that tomorrow is gonna be a good trading day for me, because in as much as I know I have not even looked at the chart for tomorrow, I know that tomorrow is going to be a good trade for me, because I'm that badass of a trader. But that's not even what I'm talking about really. What I'm saying is that in the course of your teaching, I'm going to explain to you why you don't need to be a prostitute of all pairs. What do I mean? There are different pairs in the market. If you decide to identify yourself with one or two, you see that your growth curve is going to be much more faster than somebody who just trades any pair they see. And the reason is quite simple. The way different pairs move is different. Some pairs move relatively slow. Some pairs move medium wise in terms of like speed. And some pairs really move. And in terms of patience, some pairs you have to be patient. Some pairs you don't need to be patient. Some pairs you have to be between being patient and impatient. So for the course of this, I'm going to tell you beginner pairs that is going to help your journey and make your life even much more smoother. So let's now go to the point. Now, in pairs, generally, you can see something like NZD USD. Right? You can see something like NZD USD. So some pairs are usually have their baselines as USD. Now, the idea behind it really is that, let's say you want to trade NZD USD, you want to trade Euro USD, you want to trade like AUD USD. Before you decide to trade any of these pairs, have it in mind that if NZD USD is going to go up, Euro USD would go up, AUD USD will go up in 95% of the time. So what I always advise people is that out of all these three USD pairs, you might like to just pick one, because if you decide to trade two at once, anything that makes you lose this, you will most likely lose that as well. So anytime you want to trade any pair that the baseline is USD, you would like to just look for one out of the three and trade it. But in terms of trading it, you should understand that Euro USD and AED USD sometimes move faster than NZD USD. So this one is the pair that usually lags behind. So when you are trading, know that if NZD Euro USD start moving, before NZD will move, it will take like a couple of hours before it starts moving in the direction of AED USD and Euro USD. Okay. Same thing if we decide to go for JPY pairs, for example. Let's say you want to trade anything JPY. Have it in mind that if you have JPY pairs and the JPY pairs you have is Euro JPY and let's say GBP JPY and let's say NZD JPY, have it in mind that for these three pairs, they will most likely be moving alike together. When this one moves, it's going to move, this one will move. So anytime you want to trade any of these three pairs, just pick one. It can be Euro JPY, it can be GBP JPY, it can be NZD JPY, but don't trade two together. Because why? It is going to affect your risk management because anything that makes you lose Euro JPY, you would also lose GBP JPY. And that is double tragedy. Yes, it can also help your trading in the sense that if you win Euro JPY, you win GBP JPY. But nobody needs that because that's like throwing all your eggs in one basket. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? If you understand what I'm saying, can you type 6? We're making significant progress. All right, we're making significant progress. So that's it. So if you want beginner-friendly pairs, I would suggest that as a beginner, you can like to trade something like NZD USD. Why NZD USD? NZD USD is slow, right? The market structure is clean. And above all, it teaches you what? Patience. Because it's slow means it's going to teach you patience. If SID USD is not your party, you can also look for like AUD USD. Same thing. If you are looking to trade a pair that is relatively fast, you might like to try either of Euro JPY or GBP JPY. I always say at the end of the day, I prefer you trading Euro JPY. Euro JPY is fast. The market structure is clean and it teaches you speed. Okay. So at the end of the day, even as a beginner, I will even want you to just pick one pair. It doesn't necessarily, funny enough, it might not be GBP JPY or Euro JPY, even NZD USD. You might go and pick another pair that is none of them. And the reason you're picking that pair is because you feel like in terms of market structure, this is cleaner to you. You feel like you understand it better. You feel like, oh, I must not follow Keneshku's way. It's perfect. The main reason why I'm teaching all of you here is not that you're going to copy me verbatim and say, oh, Keneshku is trading this, then I must trade this. No. I'm teaching you such that when you go into the field that is big enough for everybody to fly, you can actually begin to pick what you think works for you. And then you come out with one thing and say, this is me. That is the idea of you coming for this class. Do you guys understand? So you go to that market, pick out what makes sense for you, and then you say, okay, I think I'm going to identify with this. But in the process of doing that, please, the first pair you should be picking should not be gold. I beg you in the name of God. Because if you go and say you want to start trading gold as a first pair, you have a 99.99% or if not 100% chance of failing. Because gold is not the first pair you should come in and say, oh, I want to start trading gold. Beginners do not trade gold. Don't let YouTube warn you. Things like that do not exist. They only lie to you. So we are practically done with the sections. I will be able to talk about the base and the pairs that you should identify with or most likely trade. So we are going to slowly dive into the chart now, right? Give me a second while I just try to. Hold on. I've not started showing my chart, so maybe we should like calm down. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to share my chart shortly. Yeah, so I'm making progress now. So let's now talk about why this chart is very important. So now, one of the things you need to understand is that when you are trading, there are a couple of things you need to look out for. Number one is that you need to be able to identify, like I said yesterday, what the market is doing, right? For example, we can clearly see from here that the market is creating lows and highs. I don't really need to take my time to identify that, but I'm sure you guys understand what I'm saying. But let me just give you guys a typical example. So you come in, I can see that the market is producing lows and highs. So ordinarily just coming here to look at this, you can see that the market is literally just printing highs and lows. So if we were in this market, for example, we know that the market is what in an uptrend because lows are not being broken, highs are creating new highs. So let's say you came into an environment and you figured that the market is somewhere here. I know that the last low you created was here. Okay. So what does that tell you? It tells you a couple of things for you to take note of. When you identify and see that the market is creating lows and highs, it means that clearly you are in an uptrend. So what will you be looking for? In an uptrend, you are not looking to take advantage of resistance. In this case, I'm saying you're not looking to take advantage of resistance now. You're looking to take advantage of support. That means this is not our business. Our business is anytime the market pushes down, we are looking to buy. It pushes down, we are looking to buy. It pushes down, we are looking to buy. It pushes down, you are looking to buy. So the point is that in an uptrend, you are only interested in buying what? The push down, because that's what you are looking at. This is what you are looking at to buy. Same thing, you can go on and come through in whatever hold on. So I'm just trying to just clear everything. Okay. So the point I'm trying to create here really is that when you're in an uptrend, you're looking to just you are looking to take advantage of these push downs. You don't have a big business with anything that is not the push down, right? Okay. Because exactly that is the only thing that can actually, at the end of the day, guide you. Okay, I figured a way to now clear whatever I need to clear. So if, for example, I come into the chart and I notice that the market is producing lows, so what will I be interested in? You see, the market went down, came down, went down. So I'll be interested in the push-ups. So anytime the market pushes up, I sell it. 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 Why? Because we know clearly that the market is going down. And that's exactly what people are interested in. So when you have the image that I already taught you in your head, anything that's going to make the market push down and break a low and is revisiting that low, you can look to sell. So if I'm trying to give you guys a typical example, I can give you an example, maybe using this, for example. So let's say, for example, we'll come here, we know that this is a low. Anything that's going to make the market break this low and come back here, you can see, you sell. This is a low. It comes back here, you sell. This is a low. It comes back here, you sell. You can see. Just by that model alone, you would have won this, you would have won this, you would have won this. So that would have been 3 out of 3. Okay. Now, how then people might want to say, oh, okay, yes, I get that. Oh, that's what you are teaching. How then do we capitalize on this? Or how do we set our stop loss? Why you're going to set your stop loss is one of the easiest things you need to really, really understand at the end of the day. So let's say I was looking to take advantage of, where was I before? Let's say I'm looking to take advantage of these moves here. I know that this is a low, right? And then I know that when the market pushes it, I'm going to sell. You also should understand at the end of the day that, remember, yesterday I taught you guys that a low is a point that breaks this place categorically. Same way. So seeing that when this market pushed all the way, right, into this level, this was the initial high. So anything that's going to make you sell, remember I told you guys that if you have a downtrend, until the market comes and breaks here, that is when you have a break of structure, right? But at the end of the day, you can see that when the market broke this level, even if you decided to sell, your stop loss would have been above this level, with the understanding that only a break above this level here can change what? Can cause what? A break of structure. So even if I wanted, let's say even if I wanted to say I wanted to sell, for example, let's say I came in here, because I need you to understand that it's not every trade you take that is going to be perfect. So because personally for me, when I'm trading, the stop loss I usually use is no more than 25 points. Maybe I would have taken a trade here, which is about 25 points. I would have taken a trade there, which is 25 points, with, let's say, my target at the, let's say, previous low, depending on how many 100 points. And maybe I would have taken a loss there, which is not something that all traders will not go through. But understanding that because I am still in a downtrend, right? Clearly seeing that the market, did, hold on. Hold on. Clearly seeing that the market did violate this level here. Immediately I take that loss, I will be waiting for the market to come back here, because I know that if the market comes back here and decides to respect me, then hold on. If the market comes back there and decides to respect me, then by all means, I do understand that this is even going to give me more money. Do you understand? So I'll just come back here and what? And decide to take a sell, with the idea that because I'm still in a downtrend, this becomes my new sell position. And again, I'm going to maintain my same 25 points. And then my target is going to be this low here. So you can see, in as much as I lost 25 points here, which is the risk management I'm teaching you about, you can see that when I lost 25 points, I still entered again to make 158 points. So if you're putting that in total, it means that the first trade, let's say first trade, I lost negative 25. Second trade, I made plus what? Let's look at it together. Plus 158. So if you're putting this in context, let's say the first trade I would have lost like $25, and second trade I would have made what? Plus $158. This is one of the reasons why it is a bit hard to keep losing in trading, especially when you know what you are doing. Because when you know what you are doing it with the understanding that at the end of the day, right, you are going to make money. It's just a very simple fact. They know they talk and twice. At the end of the day, you know that this is sure for me. I'm going to make money. So you're not really scared like that of losing, because you kind of like have an understanding that you are going to make money regardless of how whatever life wants to throw at you. That you're going to make money. So it is one of the things that people always fail to understand, is that in trading, it is okay for you to lose. So far, you know that when you are losing, you kind of like have an understanding of what made you lose, what you were looking out for before that loss happened, blah, 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 stuff like that. We can go on and on. I can decide to give you guys also this kind of example. You can see here, the market cleared here. So if you sold here, you would have been able to take your money here. Do you understand? Because why? The market is clearly in a downtrend. Same way, if this market is in an uptrend, once this level breaks, this is a buy opportunity for you to buy. So that is, I don't know. Do you guys understand me? If you understand me, please can you type 6? Someone said for some of us that trade 9 to 5, can we trade NZD even at night? The market is open 24 hours Monday to Friday. You can trade it at any point in time. Sometimes I trade NZD at night, 12 a.m., 1 a.m. It's still the same thing. But I just do not advise people to trade midnight because at the end of the day, as a beginner trader, you want to be trading during the day so that the night will not affect you into trading during the day. So it's just better for you. And night trading is a bit too tacky. It is going to stress you. And as a beginner, you don't want trades that when you look, it will start making you feel as if you don't know anything. So it's just better you stick to what you know. Again, I must admit that we are making so much progress, right? Okay. So you can keep on looking at these examples over and over and over and over again. The example literally even tire you. But the one thing I want to tell you for free is that in trading, the rules are the same. You are not going to look anywhere and you not see those rules being the same. In the sense that at the end of the day, the same principle that I use in trading has not changed. You have a trend line here, it breaks. That means the downtrend here has broken. So that means you'll be looking to buy. Okay, same rule based on how I thought you guys trend lines. So at the end of the day, you see that this market was doing, and then as soon as it broke the trend line, it came back and then it continued up, which is exactly, if we decide to look closely, that's exactly what the market did. It did break, and when it broke, what did it do? It came back, which is what you can see here, and the market what kept on flying. So I will tell you again just for free so that you understand me, right? It is very important to note that once you consistently show up on your chart doing the same thing over and over again, you become a better trader. But if at the end of the day you finish class, you go and sleep and rest and say, yes, Kene taught me well, you don't really practice, you will start lagging behind. It's a very, very simple thing. You go lag behind, die. So you go back, you look at a lot of these things, you try and make sense out of a lot of it. Basically, look at whatever I'm just showing you consistently. Look at these charts because they are a bit very easy to understand. And understand what I'm saying. You should always have what you call your maximum loss. Maximum loss is the most important aspect of any trading, meaning that at every point in time you are trading, you should tell yourself, okay, see this trade, the maximum loss I'm willing to take at any point in time when I'm trading should not exceed, let's say, $50. So what happens if, for example, I want to take my trade and just like I showed you, I told you my maximum stop loss is 25 points. So let's say you want to make this 25 points to be like $50. If you want to make that to be $50, that means you can decide to trade with 0.2. If you trade with 0.2, it means you're going to be making $2 per pip. So if you lose 25 points, it means you would have lost what? $50. So same thing, if you want to trade, I see that this stop loss is 50 pips. And you want to risk only $50. You trade it was 0.1. And if it's 50, if you lose it, you're still going to lose $50. So what's my point? My point is you can always adjust your lot size to fit into your risk in such a way that it's still going to give you the same loss at the end of the day. So most time people will tell me, oh, my stop loss is too big. If your stop loss is too big, then accommodate it with your lot size. Although there's no way I'm going to teach you in this class and then I'm seeing you using a stop loss of 50 points. It simply means that something is definitely wrong with you. But some people just rather prefer to use that big stop loss so that they won't really hold on. They won't really have time to start coming back to see what they just want to give the market enough room to trade. So even if you say you want to use 100 pips as stop loss and you want to lose only $50, you can decide to trade this with 0.05. If this goes against you, remember 0.05 is 50 cents per movement of price. So if this goes against you, you are still going to lose $50. So there's no guaranteed rule to this trading thing. The most important thing is you can always adjust your lot size to fit into your risk quotient and you are good to go. So when you see me trading with 50 lots sometimes, it is because at the end of the day, I know that any good setup I take normally, anything that's going to make it to start entering $5,000 in loss, it means that that trade I took is not good enough. Because I try to get in at the best entry price. Okay, for example, let's say I know that the market has broken here and then this is where I'm looking to sell. If I enter here now, why then would you think the market will start? No, it will start falling immediately because I got in at what? A key level in the market. So that's what I mean. When Kene takes certain trades, I expect it to, because I wait so well. Like I wait. Do you get what I mean? Like I wait like thief in the night. Do you understand? And I feel like that is the most important aspect of trading. The fact that you're able to identify areas you want to take advantage of, and you take advantage of them in the best way possible, and you make money from them in the best way possible. That is what trading is. Do you understand me? Does everybody get me? In terms of like how you feel about this class, can I get your rating over 6? What will be your rating over 6, guys? I mean, this is something I love over and over again. Let me tell you, so one of the things that's going to make you be a profitable trader faster. Communication with your fellow classmates. The way you have this small Telegram group now, ensure you communicate. Ask questions from your fellow classmates. You know that this is not an in-person class, so I'm a bit limited with what I can do. But by the grace of God, if God was here, I know that I've been able to give you guys the best sound knowledge I can give to anybody anywhere across. As even if you're my family member, I can't do past myself. But what I can tell you for sure that in the process of growing as a trader, you must be very big on communication with your fellow traders. Meaning at the end of the day, every single person in that group, you guys can ask yourself questions, share your report card with each other, get better in the best way you can, and you see that you're going to grow faster. But if at the end of the day you are just stuck up by yourself, you are not relating with your fellow classmates, you are just there, just feeling like you're on top of the world, your growth is going to be limited. So I beg of you, after today's class ends, feel free to communicate with your fellow classmates. It's very important. Feel free to share your pain with your fellow classmates. It's very important. Feel free to communicate and also correct yourself with your fellow classmates. It's very important. And you're going to see yourself blossom. Do you guys understand me? So when you come into the market, what direction is the market making? Is it an uptrend? You know that. So in an uptrend, what are you looking to do? Buy support. If the market is in a downtrend, good. What are you going to do? Sell resistance. That's right. Somebody said, can you please do a top-down analysis? What I've been doing since is a top-down analysis when you kind of like identify the trend, look for entry criteria for you to get into the trend and take the trade. That's what top-down analysis is. You know, if you mean like top-down analysis of what the future, like I don't, most times I know with classes, you people want to like stretch and stretch and stretch and stretch, which is something that is very normal with like classes because you want to like, but again, I need to also make you understand that, there are certain privileges that is not for each classes have their own tiers. Do you get what I mean? But if you are talking, okay, let me just see what I can do because I kind of like understand in terms of like teaching, most people, I don't want anybody I know, which is, I barely ever get that though. But sometimes people will be like, oh, Kenechukwu, you did not do this, you didn't do that, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Because it's just like somebody wanting to get a car. You have the budget of a BMW, but you want to collect a Rolls Royce Phantom. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world. Do you understand? So there are certain privileges I cannot, kill myself to give you, not because I cannot give you, but because it is not your tier. It is not what you literally paid for. Do you get what I mean? But I will do my best, to try and such a way that, I mean, for all my classes, it's the same way I teach that I teach from now till whatever, and everybody still benefits in the best way possible. So now you want to have like an idea of what, I don't know, your top down analysis. Let me just be sure that I kind of like understand what you're trying to say, but let's see. Now, the problem why most people will always tell me, okay, Kenechukwu, do top-down analysis, is because they kind of like feel that, Kenechukwu, oh, you are teaching now. This thing should not be as easy as you make it seem. But I simplify every single thing I teach. I can you can top-down analysis. I don't really do that much. I can do one. Mostly I do one time frame analysis. For example, you might tell me top down what you are expecting, which is one of the reasons why majority of people are not profitable, is that you want me now to start saying, oh, I'll go from daily. Let's say you want me to come from daily, for example, now, and then let's say analyze daily. Then from daily, I'll come to H4. From H4, I'll come to whatever time frame. But the truth of the matter is that in real sense, I don't really need to do that. All I need to do is come to like 4 hours, for example, understand what 4 hours is doing. Let me just give you guys an example now. I understand what 4 hours is doing, and what is 4 hours currently doing. 4 hours is currently consolidating, right? If we can clearly see this, we can clearly see that the market is basically consolidating, right? But in the process of consolidating, it has already produced a low here and it produced a low here. So I know that for me to take advantage of this Euro JPY now, this market needs to break and then continue. It breaks down and continue. So I've done top down now. At this particular point in time, the market is untradeable because it is consolidating. But anything that is going to make the market break above here, then we have a good trade. Do you guys understand? Is that top down enough? If this is not top down enough, then it means that you guys are whining me. But do you guys understand what I just did now? If you understand it, can you type like 6? Exactly. So you see, you can right away, like I don't need to do too much. It is a very trading. The problem with people all the time is that people always want to believe that trading is very complex. So once they end up seeing something that is very simple and direct, they kind of like be like, okay, is it exactly what I need to do? But truly, that is exactly what you need to do. You are anything that is more than this. If you see anything that is more than what I just identified on this chart, that means whoever teacher that is trying to teach you is just wanting to take your money. They don't know anything. They really do not know anything. Same way, you can see if I came here now and say I want to do top down here, you can see if this is consolidation, I will just wait for it to break. The moment it breaks, it sells, it buys. If it breaks here, it sells. And you can see it broke here and tested, and then I bought. That is top down enough. Any other thing that is less or more than that, it means that you are just looking to waste your time. So most times, I do like one time frame analysis on H4 already. I already know what the market wants to do. I don't need to go to daily and start looking. On H4, I know that market, anytime you see market consolidating, if it breaks up, it's going to continue going up. If it breaks down, it's going to continuously going down. So I do not need the daily time frame for me to know what it's doing. I don't need the weekly time frame for me to know what the market wants to do. I can tell you for free that if I wake up tomorrow morning and the market is above here, I will buy this market to Valhalla. Do you understand? And it doesn't make me a bad trader. It just means that I'm a trader that kind of like understands what I'm trying to do. I don't need to be like others. Do you understand? And that's what makes me kind of like different because I make things simple. This is consolidation. The market broke consolidation. And then you see the same thing that is about happening now is the same thing that happened here. Broke consolidation. You see the same thing. So you only become a bad trader when you decide to make easy things complex. You want me now to start going to weekly and start deceiving you because most times people just want me to deceive them. And if you want me to deceive you, I will deceive you. But if you want to actually stick to the way Kenechukwu trades,
you are going to panic less and you will achieve more. But if you want a Kene school to start coming to tell you, oh, okay, yes, when you go to daily, look at daily, my guy, you are a beginner in this business, right? At the end of the day, you don't really need anything that is going to make you lose focus. You want to make your money instanta. You don't want a situation whereby you are sweating just to pick whatever you need to pick. If I come to the chart and the chart is not making sense, I walk away and look for the next chart. It's a very, very simple fact. So while I understand that you want top down, you want everybody just wants me to act as if I'm in Harvard, or maybe I am in what else? I'm in one big university that needs to speak a lot of grammar. Nobody needs that here. I learned trading by totally understanding and making my chart simple. I did not learn trading by coming to my screen and wanting to draw a CHOCH, BMS, all those dollar sign. I don't do all that rubbish, because I always tell them, bring your best trader forward that draws all the BMS. And guess what? They do not, in this life and in their afterlife, make more money than me in the market. Except everybody wants to start whining themselves in Nigeria. Like, except people want to come in this country that we are in and start. What gives me confidence is what gives me confidence that I just showed you. I can trade 50 lots now because I've been trading for 7 years. But you can't trade 50 lots. You really think, let me tell you something. Nobody in the world can come and learn trading and the next week you are trading 50 loss. You're going to die, because my confidence is a combination of, number one, capital, and number two, confidence. Why is capital important? I am a billionaire in Naira. Not just a billionaire, but I'm a multi-billionaire in Naira. So if I lose $10,000 right now, which is 60 million Naira, I will be smiling. It is not a very hard thing. I literally came to Qatar right now, and on spending money alone on shopping, that is going to cost me at least 50 something thousand dollars in shopping. So that kind of person, does it look like if he loses $10,000 to the market, he's going to be scared? I have the money to back up my knowledge. So while you want to say Kenechku trades 50 lots and is making money, I also need you to understand that I have grown into 50 lots. I didn't used to trade 50 lots before, but I have the finances to back up my knowledge now. If I didn't have the finances due to the amount of years I've been toiling, for example, the kind of money I have now, not be class now, go give me now. How many are you guys in this class? If you calculate the amount of money you paid for your class, it can never amount to even my stop loss, to be honest. My stop loss and the total amount of money people pay for this class is not the same. Like, you can do simple calculations. If all of you paid literally $500 to get here, why some people I give them discount because maybe they are women or something like that, if you calculate 500 times how many people are, even if you guys are 20, which is makes it $10,000, right? My stop loss on every single trade is like between $20,000 to $30,000, meaning that every single time I trade, I put literally 30 to 40 million naira on the table for a return of at least 140 million. So tell me, in this entire life, how at the end of the day my confidence will not be strong? It means that it is not every setup I see I take first of all. Do you understand? Like, for example, this Euro JPY I showed is a very good setup. So I'll wait for it. Do you understand? What kind of time frame do I use for my candlestick confirmation? Same time frame. The same time frame I open. If I open 1 hour, is the candlestick of 1 hour that will make me trade the same 1 hour. After identifying the trend on my H4 H1, also my support and resistance, do also take, yes, you take your entry on H1 or H4 because that is the time frame where you analyze from. However, what you can do that can make your entries a bit sleek at the end of the day, really, is that if you see, let me explain something to you guys that will make you, where's my pen? Let me identify something to you guys that will make you understand something, right? I don't want to overcomplicate stuff, but let me just mark out. You see this area I marked out, this box. I made money here. I bought from here to here and then to here. I made money on this trade. But let me identify something that can make you make a lot of, like what I always do. So I knew that if this level should break, I'm going to look to buy. So let's now look at this level on, let's say this is 1 day. We're going to look at it. This is daily time frame. We'll look at that level on, let's say, H4, because from daily, I just go to H4. So you can see, right, this is H4. Immediately it got to H4, you can see that this market flew all the way. Now, one thing you need to note from H4 is that from H4, this is the low that broke this high. So that means anything that's going to make the market tap here, the market has not restructured till it breaks here. So we have this range to play with. So Again, my point here is that I want to be buying from this box because this is where I marked on my daily. So if I buy from this box, I can TP1 here and TP1 maybe higher. But the most important thing at the end of the day is that immediately the market comes into that box and rejects it, I have an opportunity to buy. And if we look at it clearly, right? Let me just give an example. If we look at it clearly, let me just try and zoom in so you guys understand what I mean. If you look at it clearly, the market came into that point, which is the point we're looking to buy from. And he did not only reject it once or twice, he rejected it multiple times. Okay? So at the end of the day, as a rejected, this is a very good entry opportunity for you to be able to take a trade. You can decide to take a trade for, let's say, here. And you'll be looking towards decide to take your maybe your target one here, which is about 69, and then you can decide to. So normally, you can now the moment you take your trade, you can multiply your stop loss by 3 and make that your target 2. But for your target 1, how now I want to talk about how I manage my trades. So if I say, for example, my stop loss is going to be 24 points, the moment the market pushes up 24 points, I would like to maybe move my stop loss to entry here. And once it gets to times 2 of my trade, which is about 48 points, right? Which is 48 points, I will close 80% of my order. You can watch the video I sent in the group on how to close that. And then when it gets to 24 times 3, which is about 72 points, you can now decide to say, I'm going to close all my trades. So yeah, you can decide to say you want to close all my trades. So you can, I don't know if you guys understand me. So trading is a combination of skill and is a combination of also managing your money. Because let me tell you something, forget all this ones I'm saying, it's not sure for everybody. I personally have taken $100,000 loss in my life before in 2 hours. That was the first time I was trying to scale up about like 3 months, 2 months plus ago, right? But I've never taken that kind of loss ever before. Right, since I've been on my this Doha, I've not lost any trade really. I've just been telling myself that any single day I trade, I just want to take $30,000, take 30 because I came here with money, so I have to obviously take that money off my trade. But the money I've spent in this country, I've literally covered everything in my trade in a long time as ago. So it's not as if I'm even spending money. I'm literally just spending money from the market. Does it make sense? If it makes sense to you guys, can you type 7? I'll need the whole class to type 7 because at this point in time, you guys are 15. So 15 people, does it make sense to you? Type 7. Typing 7 means it makes sense to you. So everybody will not just keep and just be watching and be looking at me eyeball to eyeball. Tell me, makes sense to me. And this is what I want to see. Do you understand? There's this particular person that is refusing to type 7 in this class. And I know, he would not type 7, but, he's going to be the first person to tell me, Shama, you have not typed in this class. And trust me, if you are being taken out for inactivity now, you come back again to the group to say, oh, Kene, I don't understand anything. But you have since I've started this class since yesterday, you don't even comment. You don't comment. But if somebody takes you out of the group for inactivity, you will be the first person to come to the group to say, I did not understand anything. But look at me now asking you, do you get it? Type 7 if you understand it, but not a single word. But watch me remove you now. You go to the group to start explaining how you do not understand anything. And then you expect me to, to be right inside heaven or hell to understand why you do not get the class. Do you understand? So, while you do not give me a feedback on whether you get the class or not, and you cannot blame me for not understanding. I feel that is totally unfair, except you are just a troublemaker. But if you do not give me feedbacks on whether you get a class or not, I cannot be a magician to know whether you get the class or not. Life is that easy. And even up to you now, you've not commented. So I'll take it to you that you get the class. So if you give any other complaint after now, I'm not even going to answer you. I'll just leave it like that. So this is going to be a perfect place where I'm going to end the class for the day. Remember, like I said, interaction with your classmates is something that is important. interacting within your classmates is something that is important. Growing into my trading life, I used to always trade with a friend of mine called Richard, who resides in Mexico. And we used to always watch each other's back and try to gain as much experience we can from each other. In terms of feedback from this class, the only amount of feedback I've gotten is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can clearly see 10 feedbacks out of a total of how many people? Let's see. We have, stop share, please. 10 feedback out of a total of 15 people. So you can clearly see that there are certain people in this group who, no matter what you try to do, they will just want to live in their own illusion. And that's okay. The only good thing about that is that while everybody has given their feedback, which is 10 of them, what I've tried to do is I've tried to screenshot the amount of people who gave their feedbacks. Meaning at the end of the day, if people out of these 10 people I screenshotted, which is Taylor, Yankee, Ibekwe, Temi, Abraham, Anichebe, Mario, and Justin, you guys, anybody outside you guys get to ask me a question after today. I have all my rights. I'm within my full right to totally ignore you. That is what it means. So it means at the end of the day, right? It means that I only have like, a couple of people I'm looking out for. So if you manage to not be active during the class, and everybody is just doing, what it is at the end of the day, Mukta, I see you as well, then it means that if you ask me a question, I will, in fact, if you even send me a message, I will ignore you because it means you have chosen personally that you don't want to do the right thing. Exactly. So you can clearly see, I made the money from this class, from the profit, from the free group, not even VIP group. So, no matter what anybody wants to say from me from now till next year, one thing I know you cannot deny within your heart is to say that I'm not good. You cannot like me from now till next year, but you can never tell yourself within yourself that I'm not good at what I do. And that is something that stands me out. And I come here to try as much as possible to pour my heart and soul to every single one of you guys because I want you guys to win. Okay? So at the end of the day, thank you so much for joining the class. I'm going to send you a broker link for you guys to register. Of course, clearly the broker you're going to use so that in case of the future, if you have issues, you can easily tell me and I can sort out those issues. For those in diaspora, outside Nigeria, I'm going to send you a different link where you can register. So with that, the curtains are going to be closed for the class. And I wish every single one of you guys the very best. And I'm very certain that you guys are going to do so well because I know I've given you guys all the best I can give. So you guys have a very wonderful day and good night. Bye-bye.